working in parallel and taking shots at each other over these things. We need to work together.
Deborah Borns of the Ottawa Hospital talked about working together with ONA on patient and staff safety.
And wanted to, before she retired, be able to stand up here and report on this project and talk about us as being a leading organization in this province for safety.
You know that change happens only when you identify a burning platform. And my burning platform was delivered to me when the senior officials from the Ministry of Labour came in to address me and my senior team. And basically, they began by saying, you know, the Ottawa Hospital needs to make a fundamental shift in its thinking, performance, and compliance towards worker health safety. And then they added, because our local Ministry of Labour rep used to say to me, if you spend half as much time on staff safety as you do on patient safety, you would be a leading hospital.
We heard stories about leadership from an American Navy commander who turned one of the worst performing ships into the best.
And so I did something that had, to my knowledge, had never been done before in the history of the Navy. I interviewed every sailor on the ship, all 310 of them, each one individually, and I got to know their name, their spouse's name, their children's name, their hometown. And in these interviews, I turned military hierarchy upside down. I said to them, I don't care what your age is, I don't care what your rank is, I don't care how long you've been in this organization. I said, you can come to work every day and challenge 242 years worth of rules and regulations and customs and traditions and policies and procedures. And if you have an idea how to improve something on this ship by 1%, I want to hear from you.
Leader Gene Soden loved his book, It's Your Ship, and gave it to her director.
Well, the person that read the book used to be more dictatorial. You know, he would go in, he would set the direction, this is the way it has to be. He would find fault in everything under the sun, have reprimanding people all the time. And now I see more of a communication. He sits down with them, talks to them, finds out, you know, what can we do to change?
Senior Director Yvonne Carey-Lee delivered the financial report. And leaders from our sister unions across the country delivered well wishes.
Happy 45 years. You all look great for 45 years, I must say.
The biggest, most encouraging news of the convention came from Minister of Health and Long-Term Care, Eric Hoskins.
Ontario is proposing to increase first responder support under our presumptive legislation to all frontline nurses who provide direct patient care and suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. That presumption will provide coverage for more than 140,000 nurses in this province.
This was a big win for ONA and an important piece of the legacy of Linda Haslam-Stroud.
We will be increasing the provincial average of care in long-term care homes to 4 hours of direct care per resident per day to ensure that residents receive the highest quality of care. And let me be absolutely clear, we will see many more RNs employed through this plan. And
there were tributes from Linda's local, and there were video tributes to her remarkable career, one of which was a friendly spoof from her labor relations adversaries.
Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming here today. Listen, we've got a really tall mountain to climb. We have to bring in top-tier labor relations help to guide the organization over the next short while. I called you guys together, the leading minds in healthcare labor relations. What are the attributes we should be looking for in this kind of leader?
We need to have somebody that's not afraid to make unaffordable demands.
And an ability to turn government on a dime to pay gobs of money for those unaffordable demands.
Yeah. Somebody that's never let the facts get in the way of an argument.
It's somebody that will be able to take a 5-minute proposal and make it a 2-hour presentation.
So important these days.
Absolutely. And the ability to never listen, despite what people may have to say in the middle of their 2-hour diatribes.
I don't know, guys. This seems like an impossible task. Can we find that kind of candidate?
I think so. I think I have the perfect candidate.
Who is it?
What do you think?
Oh! Of course! Perfect! No-brainer.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Well, it was my kind of day. Big news, a big celebration, and the big launch of ONA's 45th Sapphire anniversary.
Who are you wearing? I'm wearing feathers of number 75.
We don't honestly know. I have a duty fascination. Winners!
And this tie is Perry Ellis.
And the dress, it's all Canadian. Hudson's Bay on sale.
I'm not sure. Maybe you could check. Le Chateau.